it worked. Hey, we're all still in the room. Hi, everybody. Hi, all. It's Emily here from Yellow Tuxedo, bringing you two of our incredible Digital Circus live speakers, Adam and Vaishali. I'm going to introduce them properly in a second. Just wanted to say 20 seconds before we're about to go live, we lost Vaishali. And we were slightly worried that we weren't actually going to be going live, but we're happy to say she's back in the room and we're going to crack on with this conversation as best we can. But if we lose anyone, we're just going to smile and wave and crack on, aren't we, guys? Okay. So this is a series of, if you've been following us for a little while, we're doing a series of lives at the moment, introducing you guys to our incredible speakers between now and our event on the 18th of May. If you haven't heard of it yet, the Digital Circus Live is coming to a computer near you on the 18th of May. Go and buy your ticket now. Go, 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 go. But today we want to talk about branding. Adam and Vaishali are going to introduce themselves in a minute and tell you what they do in terms of their businesses, but they are very brand specific and incredible at what they do. And whether you are a startup business, a small business, or you've been around for 20, 30 years already, it's the importance of your brand, getting it on point and how you use that brand is going to be discussed. And we'd love to hear both Adam and Vaishali's thoughts on that today. So I'm going to go to Adam first. Hello, Adam. Who are you?
Hello, thank you, Emily. Thank you for having me here today. So I'm Adam. I run Tuxedo Designs. I'm a creative consultant, and I help businesses, individuals, organisations with all their sort of creative needs, as it were. So if they're struggling in regards to their branding, or they need help in regards to their marketing, need a bit of strategy or some solutions and things like that, that's what I offer individuals and people to help them sort of go to the next level, connect with their audience better, and to help them grow.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. And Vaishali, hi.
Hi. Thank you very much for asking me to be here. It's a pleasure. So I'm Vaishali. I run Creative ID and I work with entrepreneurs and business owners who struggle to get noticed. I use my 25 years experience in design and marketing to create brands that stand out, brands with purpose, and brands that people believe in. So I'm a big brand advocate and I help businesses make a difference online, in print, and on social.
What an elevator pitch that is right there, Vaishali. That is very well polished. I love that. And also, I'm going to say, you're celebrating your 21st birthday this year for Creative ID, aren't you?
I am. So yeah, I'm very excited and proud to be celebrating this milestone.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Guys, just for everyone watching right now, I know we have a few watchers already. If you have any comments, please do put your questions and comments in the bottom. We'll happily be able to, hi, Ricky Lock, just like that. And do put your comments down below. We will answer as many questions as we possibly can in this 15 minutes. But yeah, guys, let's kick off with our conversation. So branding, why is this important? Anyone want to start with why you should have a brand versus something? What is a brand, in fact? What is a brand? Adam.
Myself, sure.
Yeah.
First, not a problem. So it's quite a misconception, in my opinion, of what people think a brand is. More often than not, people think it's just the look of a business, as it were, the sort of voice of a business, as it were. But it's a lot more than that. Clearly, to sort of define it, a brand is a result. More often than not, brand is a result of perception, actions, and purpose, as it were. So what your purpose is as a business and what your purpose is as the brand as well of that business, the actions that you sort of take in regards to operating that business and the things you do every single day and engaging with your audience and your customers and things, and then their perception back. All a combination of all those things make up your brand, as it were. And it's more of an essence of a feeling, essentially. So you're dealing with those things, but you're also dealing with things such as legacy, execution, the values. There's a far more attribution to what an actual brand is, rather than just perhaps the logo and the style of it and the colors and the fonts and things like that. So there's a lot more to it than that.
Vaishali, what do you think?
Exactly, yes. So your brand is kind of derived from who you are, who you want to be, and how you want people to perceive you. And it's very much about how you differentiate yourself from your competitors, how you are visible. A lot of people think, oh, well, I'm Flowers by Chloe, for example. I don't need to have, I'm just a one-person business. I don't really need a brand. But really, every business needs a brand, needs an identity to set you apart. It builds loyalty, it builds reputation. So however small, please don't think the branding is just for the big guys. Not at all. It's for everybody. And really, it just kind of having a consistent brand, having a consistent look and feel really kind of gets your messaging out there. It's an experience. And it's very, very important. And exactly what Adam's saying, it's not just your logo. People think, oh, well, I've got my logo. I'm branded, I've got my brand. But no, it's everything. It's from the way you answer your telephone, it's the way you send emails, it's your personality, it's the way that you send things out. It's all those touch points, all of those together put that experience of who you are. Is your website up to date? Is your social media looking how you want it to? So it's kind of joining all the dots together to get that consistent brand.
I think you just touched on it. People do assume sometimes that the word brand is associated with those big boys like Nike and Tesco and all the kind of the big sort of superstores there, and it's really not true. And you know, we've as Yellow Tuxedo, we talk about this as a part of our example quite a lot. We are yellow, okay, and we do own a colour to an extent there, but it's really more than having just a colour palette and thinking about how your logo is. It is all of those touch points, and I think from our perspective as Yellow Tuxedo, the colour element to it is not just about the fact that we like the colour. And in fact, you know, I don't even like yellow that much. I love it. It's my favourite colour ever. But it's about what that emotion brings to it, and we love we're bold, we're bright in terms of our personalities, and it's that how we approach the way we talk to people. And absolutely right, Vaishali, it's every single touch point of what that brand is and how you run your business. It very much in terms of your brand culture as well, in terms of how you speak to your internal staff and how you speak to how you sign off your emails. Every part of that really comes down to what your brand believes in and how you want to show up. I'm just going to put a quick comment on. Ricky said, "Hi everyone. I remember Adam once gave a really great tip about thinking about your branding like a wardrobe. What colour do you like to wear? You can remind us, Adam, what that metaphor was, please."
Yeah. So more often than not, with small businesses or people that are perhaps looking for a brand refresh, sometimes struggle to identify what colours might attribute with themselves and their values, as it were.
Yeah.
And subconsciously and also psychologically as well, we've got a wardrobe full of colours, or we've got objects in our home that connect with us and connect with perhaps our values and our personality that might reflect colours of what we like. So you might have homes that are quite earthy, browns and greens and greys and quite sort of natural neutral tones essentially. We might have homes that are very bright with lots of sort of colourful objects and bright reds and things like that as well. And it will help identify sort of the person, the passion. And if you can align those things with who you are as well, that can come out and reflect itself within your business. So if you do struggle, you might look at a colour wheel and go, "Oh, I quite like blue," or "I quite like green." Like, what colours are you? We all identify that this is why we go through our teenage years and perhaps our early 20s experimenting with hairstyles and crazy clothes and outfits and things. We're trying to identify ourselves essentially visually on the exterior. And the same thing can be done with our businesses as well. And so look in your wardrobe, look in your homes and see what colours actually work and what ones are pleasing to you, because they're already working for you. So you can take that and sort of implement it in your business. I will say, however, depending on what your business is, it might not quite work. So if you're perhaps a quite bright red, passionate and things like that, and you might be a sort of like a blue sort of corporate health person, it might not quite sync up. But there are ways that will lead into that to give you an idea in regards to your passion. You can still have it as a value if it's not directly going to be part of your branding colours, as it were.
Vaishali, that's a good answer. Thank you, Adam. Vaishali, in terms of how you approach branding with your clients, I mean, that's in terms of that you've just mentioned, Adam, that personal element of why you already like things and why you're already drawn to certain things. How would you, if you're working with a brand new client, kind of start that client journey in terms of what their brand should look like? Do you take a lot of that on board, Vaishali, or do you look at the wider spectrum of what their business is first?
Both. So I start with a branding questionnaire. So I send a questionnaire out to my clients, about 12 questions. So it's to help them as well as to help myself, because there's certain answers they'll be able to answer very quickly, but it's also to give them that opportunity to kind of deep dive into their business. What is important to them? What are their values? What are their plans, their quarterly plans, their yearly plans? What do they want to achieve? What are their customers saying about them? So it's really kind of to deep dive for themselves. And then I take that questionnaire, I do my own independent research, but I, of course, look at their answers to then create, their logo concepts, their design. So no, it's very important. And that's why I think it's really important when you choose your creative consultant, your branding designer, to have that rapport, because really you want them to understand it's a collaborative approach. So I think it's kind of good to kind of get on the phone and see that you kind of gel and you can work together. And you'll also be sharing things, your weaknesses as well, or what hasn't worked and why you want to change things. And you may share, your competitors are doing this. So you want to have that trust with your creative consultant, with your branding designer, so that you can then work and create something that's that's memorable, reputation, and that's going to last a while. Again, you don't want to be changing your logo every 10 minutes.
I was about to say, the amount of businesses I've seen over the years who've gone through a complete and utter rebrand, and I'm rebranding, like, you don't need to necessarily rebrand something. I think you need to reframe what you're doing and thinking about what you've created, and really love it from the first. Like, take that time to really take stock of what you are, what you believe in, what your business is. Knowing your product from start to finish is a big thing as well, because you kind of create the brand before you create your business. And I like this particular name, or I like this particular color, but okay, but think about what that long-term plan is, because you don't want to rebrand after 2 years and then after a third 2 years after that, because it's exhausting for you and it's quite confusing for your clients as well. I should imagine. I appreciate a lot of the time you're looking to maybe change that focus on your ideal client a little bit to kind of really focus in on that person. But really, if you start from the beginning and get a very clear understanding, working with someone like yourself, Vaishali, what it said with your questionnaires there, really understanding why it is you're creating it from the first place is going to help you for the long term. So guys, I'm going to kind of keep this very, very short today, because I don't want to spoil too much of the magic from what you're bringing to the Digital Circus. But do you want to both introduce what you're going to be talking about at the Digital Circus, starting with Adam? What's your topic going to be on?
Sure thing. So I'm going to be focusing on business solutions, as it were, and creative solutions to the business problems. More often than not, most businesses are struggling with connecting with an audience, their visibility, growth, and they are quite often bombarded with various sort of advertisements, strategies, and methods to do all sorts of things that may or may not solve the problem. And more often than not, they waste a lot of time, effort, and money trying to solve problems without actually going down the right sort of path, or going through a lot of hassle before they get onto the right sort of path. So I'm going to give a few sort of tips, tricks, and hints, and some real life examples of businesses I've worked in from varying scales, to show the problems that they faced and the solutions that we came up with for them that are accessible, affordable, and easy to do.
Brilliant. Looking forward to it. And Vaishali, what are you going to talk about? Are you going to be talking about live streaming?
No, I'm going to be talking about the importance of branding, why branding is your logo is a lot more than why your branding is a lot more than your logo. But I'm also going to be talking about how to build a culturally inclusive brand. So I'm going to be touching on the diversity and inclusion, especially as we're online, we have a wider audience. So having that kind of international, all-inclusive outlook. So I'm going to be bringing the culture element to branding.
Brilliant. Looking forward to it. So guys, if you haven't yet bought your ticket, what have you been doing? Okay, the Digital Circus Live is coming to you on the 18th of May. On that day, we have so much to help you guys really get in tune with your own digital visibility for your own businesses. We are going to be covering branding. We're going to be covering live streaming, podcasting, video, getting better photos for your brand photos. We're going to be looking at mindset. We're going to look at sales mindset as well. There's going to be so much happening on the day, and we'd really, really love to see you in our virtual big top. I've put the details below. You can see www.thedigitalcircus.co.uk. You can grab your tickets today. Tickets are just £35. We do also have a virtual exhibition hall, so lots of businesses showcasing everything they're doing, especially this year when it's been such a funny old year for people moving into the online space. We really want to see you guys and showcasing what you're doing and how fabulous you are. So do go and visit the page and find out a bit more about the event. We'd absolutely love to see you there. Guys, Adam, Vaishali, thank you so much. We're actually going to head over to Instagram now and have a little play on Instagram. So if you want to come and join the party over there, do head over to the Yellow Tuxedo page. We can't wait to see you there. But for now, thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.